Well, good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Scott Manning coming to you from my home here in Columbus. I want to thank all of my loyal viewers for tuning in out there in YouTube land here tonight. I am so glad to have you with us. I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into it. Tonight, folks, this is it. Game 7 of the Fall Classic. It's one game, winner take all. And history is on the side of the Kansas City Royals. In the last 10 World Series that the home team has been, and here's why. The last 10 series that the home team has been down 3 games to 2. They've gone on to win the last 2 games of that series 8 out of 10 times. So history is on the side of the Royals tonight on that part. But there's also something else working in the Royals' favor. Since 1982, the home team has won Game 7 of the World Series every time. And the last time a road team won Game 7 of the World Series that year was the 1979 Pittsburgh Pirates, the We Are Family Pirates. You remember Willie Stargell, Bill Garner, Dave Parker, and that bunch. And their skipper, Chuck Tanner. So a little history lesson there to kind of show you guys that I actually am getting ready for tonight's Fall Classic. It was a 10-0 shutout last night. I think we may be in for a pitcher's duel. We'll have to wait and see what happens from there, but that's just my take right now. And speaking of the city of Pittsburgh, did anybody have a chance to see that Pittsburgh-Indianapolis game at all last week, or this past Sunday? Did you see those disgusting, awful-looking uniforms that the Steelers were wearing? I was like, what? Am I watching a British soccer match or something? Those uniforms look awful. I thought I was watching a soccer match from out in Germany or something. But Ben Roethlisberger had an outstanding game. As some of you know, he threw 6 TD passes, 522 yards in a big victory over Indianapolis. So basically right now, and also too, as far as NFC North goes, Cincinnati and Cleveland were both winners. Cleveland beat Oakland, the biggest joke in the league right now, and the Bengals beat the Ravens last Sunday as well. Now I don't like the Bengals, but I hate the Ravens even more. I don't like the Bengals, but I hate the Ravens. Bottom line, it's just too much. It's after what Art Modell did. It's a Modell issue, and most of my family knows the story. But you know what? I will say this though. The NFC. If anybody were to ask me what would be the division to watch in the National Football League, I would say the AFC North. And here's why. All 4 teams, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore, all 4 of them are above 500 right now. And that division right now is literally up for grabs. And we're getting into the close to that time of the season, folks. I know it's early, but you might want to be thinking about the playoffs. And there's a lot at stake for everybody right now. And you want to talk about the best division in the league? I know what the worst division in the league is, and that's the NFC South. Carolina, New Orleans, Tampa Bay, and Atlanta, all 4 of those teams are below 500. Nobody's playing 500 ball in the NFC South right now, but the AFC North is the division to watch where everybody's above 500. That division is up for grabs. We'll have to wait and see what happens down the road. We got the Thursday night game tomorrow night between New Orleans and Carolina, I do believe. I'm not sure off the top of my head. All that I know is tomorrow, Florida State plays Louisville in college football tomorrow night in Louisville. So there's something to think about there. We'll have to wait and see how that game goes. Maybe something good will happen. Maybe Jameis Winston will get down to defeat. We'll have to wait and see what happens from there. And there's a lot to talk about. As far as that goes, I'll be probably back tomorrow night. Did anybody see the race at Martinsville last Sunday where Dale Earnhardt Jr. played the role of spoiler for a lot of people? Nobody clinched a spot in the next round of the chase in the eliminator round for the chase when they go to the final race at Homestead. We'll have to wait and see what happens from there. Junior got eliminated at Talladega after his poor finish at the Talladega 500 last week. But you know what? There's nothing wrong with playing the role of spoiler. He knows how to do that. His daddy taught him how to do that a few times, so we'll have to wait and see what happens down the road towards the end. Now, as many of you already know, it is opening night in the NBA. And if my Uncle Jim sent me a question, and I'm going to turn this back and I'm going to ask you for your opinion. As many of you know, tonight is opening night of the NBA. And I'm going to give you my predictions for the season. For this season, I don't think the Miami Heat are going to be as strong as they were because they don't have LeBron James anymore. I think the Cavs are going to be very, very strong this year. And I really do think they have a shot at winning the Eastern Conference because they got LeBron James, they've got Kevin Love, and we'll have to wait and see what happens down the road. But right now, if anybody were to ask me right now, who do you think will win the East and West? The Eastern Conference, I'm going to say the Cleveland Cavaliers because I think they have a legitimate shot at going all the way this year. And as far as the Western Conference, I am going to say the San Antonio Spurs. We'll have to wait and see what happens down the road. And if somebody asks me who will win the championship, my prediction, and I know you guys are going to disagree with me, and I know I'm probably going to be getting some backlash over this. I've got to say the San Antonio Spurs are going to repeat. I really do. But for right now, that's my prediction. It will change probably somewhere down the road. I'm sure I'll be back talking about this again. So don't press the panic button. It's not etched in stone as of yet. I'm going to wait and see how the season fully plays out. But for right now, I'm going to stick with the Cavaliers winning the East, the Spurs winning the West, and the Spurs winning the NBA championship. That's my take on it. That's how I feel. And I mean, it's going to be a great weekend. But back to the NFL. Unfortunately, I decided I'm not going to talk about the Dallas-Washington game because I know I'm going to get some backlash over that. So I figured, you know what? You guys saw the game. I'm just going to leave that alone. But you know something, though? I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in every week. You guys really do a lot of stuff for me. You guys send me questions. And you know what? I have decided I'm going to do another audience participation show. The last two I've done have been very, very successful. I'm going to keep doing these for a while. Now it's not going to be this week or it's not going to be next week. It's probably going to be the week after. I will give you the day, give you a heads up. I'll announce it on my Facebook page when my next show is going to be, and I will let you guys know. And if you have any questions, comments, or if you want to have a story for me to share, send it to me on my Facebook page, and I will put it on the air. And it will be my pleasure to do that. But you know what, though? You guys really make my life fun every week. When you guys send me your comments or you send me your likes or dislikes on my page, it lets me know that you guys really care. But you know what, though? It has been a great time. And I just want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for making this show possible every week. So this show tonight is sponsored by you, the fans, who make this week very fun. But before I go, I gotta say this. The Ohio State Buckeyes, I almost forgot to mention Ohio State. I messed up. Ohio State escaped against Penn State last week, 31-24 in double overtime. We got another 8 o'clock start out at the shoe against Illinois. We'll have to wait and see what happens. If they play like they did against Penn State, if Ohio State played like they did against Penn State last week, they're in trouble. Because Illinois knows how to spoil the party for us. They've done it before. And hopefully they've learned their lesson. Because after Illinois, we got Michigan State. And folks, that one scares me. It scares me big time. We'll have to wait and see what happens against the Spartans. Because I don't think we stand a chance against Michigan State because they're the hottest team in the Big Ten right now. But you know what? We'll have to wait and see how it unfolds. That game's 2 weeks down the road, and we'll have to wait and see what happens. And finally tonight, there's a lot of people who've been very, very fortunate. I'm very fortunate to have all of you guys tune in every week. And I want to thank every single one of you who make this show possible, who make it fun for me. And you guys always get my opinions, but I want to say thank you very much, and I'm so glad to have you guys here with us. And you know what? I don't know how to, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. We're about 40 minutes away from the first pitch of the World Series. I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the night. I want to thank all of you for tuning in. And once again, I'm going to throw my question of the week out at you. Who do you think will win the NBA World Championship this year? Very, very simple question. I will post this on my Facebook page, and I would love to hear from you on that. I would love to have your opinion. So here's the question of the night. My Uncle Jim sent this to me, and I'm going to turn it on you guys. Who will win the NBA East, the Eastern Conference? Who will win the NBA Western Conference? And who will be the NBA champion this season? Very simple question. I'll put this on my Facebook page where you guys will have a chance to answer. And if you guys have any comments you want to share with me, or if you have anything you want to share with me, send it to my Facebook page. I am also on Twitter. I'm also on Google+. So I am going to go ahead and sign off for the night. I want to thank all my loyal viewers for tuning in. And I just want to thank you, everybody and I just want to say this is Scott Manning saying good night, good luck, and I thank you, and good night. And enjoy the World Series, and have a wonderful night.